I'm delighted that they're looking at it because they've been talking about non-point source pollution and all that and runoff and steep slopes for years, but nobody's done anything about it. And, I don't think of the DEM as like the most, no offense, Chris, the most hard organization in the world, but for them to be there, they're relatively conservative. They must have gotten it proven,
In the end,
that it works.
you'll either say this is right for us or it's not.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to pick on my favorite whipping boy, Justin, again. I'd like to ask that he develop some GIS plans of the different lots that are still available for development in Jamestown. I'd like to ask that Justin be requested to give us a GIS
I'm thinking about that because I know Barry
of the
mentioned
different
that,
lots
and
that
it's
are
going to be
available,
difficult.
still available for development in Jamestown, because I know that there's a lot of restrictions. There's, not only do we have all these conservation lands and the land grants and the farms that have got restrictions on them now, we've also got wetlands and DEM and salt marshes, and there's an awful lot of land that is never going to be developed in Jamestown.
And
some
I'm
of
going
it's
to
already
say to you that
So I'd like to know
doing
what
that
the
is
plans are.
possible, but it's an awful lot of work, and I'm going to say
I know.
that I'm not sure it's worth it. And the reason for that is, I'm going to say that there's a handful of parcels that this would pertain to, probably.
Okay, let's see what
But,
they are.
having said that, you've got one 90-acre parcel on the north end of the island that, even if that was the only parcel that ever used this, you need to think about whether that would be worth it or not. And that's the parcel up on the north end of the island, very tip of the island.
Yeah, and that one is presently zoned R80.
R80, correct.
And the thing that I think we've learned from history in Jamestown is that R80 zoning was very good in terms of protecting the water supply and in terms of septic systems. And if we had ever done cluster in any of those things, we'd probably be in trouble or something. They can't support the wells and they can't support the septic system.
Is there an existing map that illustrates undevelopable land in the town?
I'm going to say we have a map, you've got maps in the comprehensive plan that kind of show that. And then we've got an overlay on the GIS that shows wetlands, but it's not a comprehensive overlay system.
At least you also want to show lots on Beavertail, for example, if you keep in mind or could be changed.
Yeah, it doesn't, to me, it never makes sense to look at the existing lots because anybody can change the lot.
Already developed lot.
You can buy groups of lots and do things. And we see that happen all the time. So that, to me, it's more informative to understand what the conservation land is, what the wetlands is, all in one place. It would be a good thing to look at.
Even wetlands though, Freshwater Wetlands Act is subject to change. And we see now that the variances and reductions and setbacks with alternative septic systems, everybody loves to say, well, it's already a wetland, so it doesn't meet extra protection, but that's not true.
It's not been my experience. I see the restrictions getting more and more. The only thing that's changed in the last 20 years is the adoption of the new septic systems, and that was a big mistake. For Jamestown, it certainly was.
Okay. It would be great, what I'm hearing, it would be great if we could see the Miller presentation, and can we ask you to help us schedule that, and maybe have another combined meeting? If we can
Well, I'm going to
fit that.
suggest that, I don't know if you are ready to do this or not, but we only have Tony, for one more meeting. And so we were hoping that that would be a little further along. So,
It sounds like it's going to be further along.
no more meetings? This is it.
Well, we better ask.
We need our input. Pay you to take our input.
I think when I was approached, in fact, when I talked to Chris back in December about doing some work for the town, I explained that I had my house on the market and I could be moving away shortly. Well, the house sold and I will be moving away shortly. By the end of March, I should be a resident of the state of California. So it's going to be hard for me to come to a second meeting.
Well, not that hard.
Email. Teleconferencing.
Straight up.
I have a couple of weeks, and I could make changes to the ordinance I was hoping that we could go, you know, page by page, and you could give me some directions so I could generate a draft too. If you think that's premature, I can understand it. Maybe you want to take a little different approach. But I just want you to know that I won't be available beyond the next couple of weeks for any more work on this project.
I think
If you choose to use my time, it is up to you.
what I've heard from the commission members is that there's some very sort of overreaching issues that need further discussion.
Yes.
And in some cases, probably some redrafting here to incorporate some of that. But it needs further discussion. And obviously, we're not able, I don't think, we can test it, but I don't think we're able to move to any kind of a motion tonight.
Not a problem. Not unusual either.
I would like to get people's input. I mean, I'd like to hear from the Conservation Commission people, I'd like to hear from you, if people have read the documents, what questions they have, or what issues I might want to address, and then let Tony take those notes down, and then go back and see what he can do with this system.
I'm in favor of this, of the page-by-page approach, frankly, because there's a lot here, and I can't remember all the questions that I had, but, and they may all go away by the time we get to that page, but I don't think I'm going to be able to just sit there. There'll be a lot of paper rustling from this department.
I mean, we've spent an hour and a half, I'm wondering how
Can
much
we
time
just-
Tony has, and we can give our highlights of things we're concerned with, the rest of the writing maybe.
But isn't it clear that we're not all talking about the same thing now?
No.
I mean, how can you,
No, but I think everybody has these documents. to
yeah, but how
review
can you
and-
make specific comments if you're not all on the same
Yeah, but I think there's-
ground and understanding what's being proposed?
Well, you may never get everybody to get the same.
No, I don't mean agreeing with the same path, but just having a basic starting place where you're all understanding the same discussion.
But I mean, assuming this is the template we're going to go with, we can make comments on the template.
Well, I don't understand what the basic template is. Are we talking about every subdivision in Jamestown? Or are we talking about major subdivisions?
Michael, that can be decided later.
No, I think that's very pertinent. Because if we're talking about every subdivision in Jamestown, I think we've got to get all 6,000 people in Jamestown involved in this thing, because that's a big deal.
Yeah, but I think we can sit here all night and argue that, but I think we can at least come up with a template so that it can apply to all or none, or some. And if we don't do that, we're going to lose the opportunity and the money, $5,000, to try to get something on paper to show that we've done something, whether we accept it in the end, whether the public likes it in the end or not.
Doing something just for the sake of doing it.
No, I don't, see, I think there's a lot of us here that believe it.
I don't think it's just for the
The
sake of.
majority here believe in moving forward.
Can we, excuse me, can we just poll people up here anyway, as to whether or not you feel we have enough information at this point to go through and take a page-by-page approach to questioning providing Tony with some input. Richard, do you feel we're at that point?
If you go page by page, I've seen some conservation poems, I'm familiar with them. The one in Portsmouth that won the AIA award. Is that right, up on the Secaucus River? Portsmouth? Yeah, maybe Middletown. So I've seen a few. Do you know which one I mean?
Something ringing a bell, I can't remember.
I think it's, well, I don't want to get into it too much, but, so I'm familiar with it.
Oh, sure, farmlands.
Yeah.
Off
Yeah.
of Wobbly Road.
And I think that they end up making more than they would have if they would have done it in a different manner. And I've seen it, there's a lot of open space to the water, which is nice. I understand some of the issues that people have on being mandated, but to me, it sounds like we're deciding on replacing cluster with conservation, because it's already mandated. Cluster, there are some people that would like to, I assume, discuss negating any mandatory rules, but I could talk, I'm comfortable talking about conservation versus cluster and what's on here.
Yeah, I'd very much like to go that direction.